Hello everyone, I welcome all of you to another question of PT 2 minutes. Today we are going to solve a question on Inflation Reduction Act. I will give you some time, try to find out the right answer and comment it in the comment box. Today's question is on Inflation Reduction Act, which was passed in 2022. Okay, so as we know that during Corona and post-pandemic, inflation in almost we can say that lot of countries has been on very high terms. Okay, and central banks and government all around the world are fighting the inflation. Okay, so in that background this Inflation Reduction Act was passed. Okay, so our first statement says that it's an EU law to reduce the skyrocketing inflation. Okay, so basically this Inflation Reduction Act was passed in USA. Okay, not in European Union. Okay, so this statement basically is false. USA in 2022, basically USA had a plan of this build better. Okay, build back better. Okay, so they wanted that when Corona will be over, the pandemic, when the pandemic will be over, they will rebuild their economy and they will rethink in certain terms, in very you can say in fundamental aspect about economic things. Okay, so this particular Inflation Reduction Act is a watered down act which was earlier thought as Build Better Act. Okay, our second statement, it says that it's single largest investment in climate and energy. Okay, so intuitively you will think that this statement is false. Okay, because here we are talking about inflation, but actually this statement is right. So basically there are two things are there in this particular act, that from where the government will raise more money and where it will spend. Okay, so in spending if we will see, so they will be investing a lot in this climate and energy and towards clean energy transition. Okay, so this statement is right. The third statement, that it says that it will lead to savings of US $300 billion. Okay, ultimately lowering the deficits. Okay, so as I talked, there are two things, that from where they will raise the revenue and where they will spend. Okay, so in terms of spending, they will be spending in this climate and energy, in healthcare and all, in pharmaceuticals. Okay, similarly they will be raising more money also from minimum corporate tax also. Okay, and ultimately if we see, they are saying that in next 10 years or in a decade they will be raising additional $737 billion. Okay, so they will be raising this much and they will be spending $437 billion. Okay, so ultimately saving $300 billion and lowering the deficits, which will actually lead to the lowering of inflation also. Okay, so this statement is right. So our first statement is false and second and third one is right. So our correct answer will become B, that is only 2. So those of you who have marked the right answer, congratulations. To follow more such questions, follow our channel on YouTube.